Hi everybody, it's Claire back with day 12 of the Art by Marlene Advent Calendar. It's starting to become a real little book of joyful colour. And as somebody commented in one of the previous videos, actually working on one tag each day is quite nice because it's not a massive space to fill. Although I have to be honest, the way that Marlene's done her book, I kind of wished I'd done mine like that, because having that double spread, probably quite nice to be able to create a bit more freely. However, creating on one tag does kind of mean that you've got just that little bit of space. It's a bit less daunting. So I guess, there's pros and cons both ways. So, of course, it's a day for rainbow colours. Let's go for it. So I'm going to be doing some rainbow stripes going down the tag. You can see that pretty stencil that came out of today's envelope. It's got lots of little marks and patterns on it. It's going to be a great one to keep for adding mark making on when you want a little bit but not too much, because they're quite small patterns. It's going to be quite a nice one to use. So I am going to add the colours going down the tag horizontally, maybe not filling the whole space, perhaps leaving some bits of white space, we'll see. And just using the usual sort of colours as I go down in rainbow order. These are Art by Marlene paints as well, and the tag isn't gessoed. None of them are, unless I'm going to start off, and I know that I'm definitely going to do a reductive stenciling technique. Quite often I don't bother with gesso. So now I'm going to start adding some stenciling over the top using this really cool little stencil. I'm using the same sort of colours that are already down. I'm just putting red on top of orange and orange on top of yellow, that kind of idea, just to create some gentle interest in the background, so it's not too in your face. I mean, obviously these rainbow colours are quite bold and bright, but adding that kind of similar analogous colour over the top of the stenciling just kind of gives it a little bit of interest with a pop of colour. So just working my way down, adding little areas of stenciling, and then I'm going to start thinking about how to put on the focal point. So I'm now thinking about how I'm going to ground this little figure that I'm going to use, this little lad with this palette of colours. And the Art by Marlene Collector's book has lots of great elements in there that are good for using for this kind of purpose. I thought I might use like a stamp type shapes, like they were like blocks he was standing on. So I'm just having a look through and looking for different ones that I can use to create like almost like a stage that this little boy stood on. So I'm just going through the collector's book of die cut elements just to collect some bits together. So Marlene also, in a previous release, brought out these little books with sticky quotes in, and at the back they have like little sticky stamps as well. I used them when I made my postcard collection that I did with my art journal lovers. And I forgot about these, but they're lovely and bright and colourful, so I thought they'd work quite nicely on here. So you can see I'm just overlapping, sticking them on to create that kind of interesting collection for the little figure to stand on. If you're interested in becoming an art journal lover, you can find information about that over on my website at artjournallove.com. When I'm able to, I do weekly lives. You get downloads, you get discount codes, access to all sorts of classes, and it's just $3.99 a month. Okay, so carrying on, just building up that interest at the bottom of my page. Just adding in some darker ones just for a bit of contrast. So then I decided I would add some stenciling going down the page in a vertical way, using the same stencil, and I'm overlapping in a lighter colour. So this is just going to push that background away a little bit, but also create a different layer over the top of what's there already. Then of course I'm going in with my extremely large Posca pen, call it my fat Posca pen, and just adding some white spots too. This is a little technique you'll have seen me use a lot, just to draw around one side of the figure with the Stabilo oil pencil and water activate it. Just helps pop that out of the background. And a quote from the Golden Oldie quote sticker book, just popping that on there too. It is so easy to pull these things together using Marlene's range. Here I'm just outlining some of those circles that I drew, some of the shapes that I've stenciled through, just pulling some of those forwards and having a little bit of fun, just kind of playing with my gel pen. But yeah, this is day 12. God, I can't believe, like, I'm so not ready for Christmas. And it feels like we're just racing ahead. Honestly, we're going to be there before we know it. So thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying this daily release of little videos. Yeah, and I hope to see you tomorrow.